Hello students, again I am Anjum welcomes you to join the class of English Literature. As you all know, in our previous class we have read chapter number 6, The Twisted Trial. So today I have an animated video. Have a look.
Hi friends, yesterday a funny incident happened. I was playing with my friends. My sister came looking for me with the phone in her hand. I saw her running to hand it over to a child with her back towards her. I had to call out to her to clear her confusion. As the child had her back towards my sister, she thought it was me. We had a nice laugh. This is what is called mistaken identity. Today's story is also about mistaken identity. Let us see how. Inspector Javert always knew that Mayor Madeleine was Jean Valjean, but he was unable to prove himself. To top it, he had come to know that a Jean Valjean has been arrested in Arras, a neighboring town. He was claiming to be Champmathieu. He was to be tried, and Javert was to be a witness the next day. When Javert broke this news to Mayor Madeleine, the first thing Mayor wanted to do was run to Arras, free Champmathieu, and announce that he was Jean Valjean. But he controls himself and goes into his room. His conscience is awakened. Tomorrow, another man would go to jail in his place. Innocent man. He cannot decide what to do. A part of him is asking him to go, and another part is stopping him. He thinks that it would not be his fault if the other man is convicted. He has a life to live, but then he is still committing a crime by sitting quiet. He comes to a decision. He opens a secret door and pulls out an old pair of trousers, a haversack, and a great thorn stick, iron-bound at both ends. He throws them into the fire and it burns bright. But he is still worried. He finally goes to sleep on his chair. The next day, he decides to go to court. Mayor Madeleine comes to court. He sees the man at the stands. He looks like an older version of the mayor. The lawyer for the convict was saying that there was no proof that the thief of the apples was his client, Champmathieu, as he had not been seen to scale the wall or break off the branch. He ate the apples that had fallen on the ground. Somebody had stolen the apples, but not Champmathieu. He was being held only because he was formerly a convict. The lawyer of the state says that this man is Jean Valjean. 4 people, Javert, and 3 convicts, Brevet, Chenildo, and Cochepaille, had identified him. What was left to prove? The judge listens to both of them. He turns to Champmathieu and asks him if he has to say anything. He has that he is employed with Monsieur Baloup. He earns 30 sous a day. He does not know anything about the stolen apples. He was hungry, so he picked up a few lying on the ground. The judge asked him if he is Jean Valjean. Champmathieu gets very annoyed. He screams that he is no Jean Valjean. He does not know any such person. He works for Monsieur Baloup. His name is Champmathieu. Why is everybody after him? The State Council requests the judge to call the witnesses. Since Javert has left for his duty, the 3 convicts are called forward. Each of them believes that the man on the stand is Jean Valjean. At that instant, the mayor gets up agitated. People recognize him as the mayor. The convicts do not recognize him. The mayor announces that he is Jean Valjean, and if Javert would have been there, he would surely recognize him. He turns to each of the convicts. To the first, he asks to recollect the checkered knit suspenders that he had in the galleys. To the second, he says that his left shoulder has been burned deeply. The third, he recounts, has a date on your left arm. They are spellbound. There is a lot of discussion. Everybody knows for sure that the mayor is speaking the truth. The mayor gets up to leave as he has not been arrested yet. An hour later, Champmathieu is a free man. So, my dear friends, you see how looks can be deceptive. If not for the conscience of the mayor, Champmathieu would have gone to prison for no fault of his. Strange fate, no? Let us end at this note. Bye for now.
So students, I hope you enjoyed the story. Let's do question answers along with word meanings. Very first word meaning of this chapter is stupor, a condition of greatly dulled or completely suspended sense or sensibility. You can write over here sensibility. And denounce, second is denounce, to announce formally the termination of something. Third one is repressed, which means a thought or desire kept suppressed and unconscious in one's mind. Second is precipice, a very steep side of a high cliff. Next is abyss. Abyss means a very deep wide space or hole that seems to have no bottom. Next is novice, which means in no way or manner, not at all. You can write only not at all. Resurrection, which means risen from the dead. Haversack, which means bag worn on the shoulder. Gendarmes, a member of the French police force. Testimony, which means written or spoken statement saying what you know to be true in court. Comrade, a colleague or a fellow member of an organization. Confounded, which means confused and surprised. Obscure, which means not well known. Stupefied, which means in a state of mental numbness. Okay, so here we have completed word meanings. Let's do question answers. Who was Monsieur Madeleine? So here the Monsieur Madeleine was actually a convict by the name of Jean Valjean. Okay. On what charge was Champmathieu being convicted? Champmathieu was convicted on the charge of stealing apples. Question number 3 is Champmathieu was identified as Jean Valjean by the witness and he was likely to be pronounced guilty. What brought a twist in the trial? Now trial में क्या twist आया था? So the twist in the trial was brought when Monsieur Madeleine revealed himself to be Jean Valjean. कि U-turn कब आया था? जब Monsieur Madeleine यानी जो मेयर थे वहाँ के उन्होंने अपने आप को क्या बताया? Jean Valjean. अपने आप को साबित भी किया. Question number 4 is why did Monsieur Madeleine confess in front of the jury? Monsieur Madeleine confessed that he was indeed the real thief and had been hiding in disguise all this time. Disguise यानी change कर लेना अपने आप को because of his conscience. He did not want an innocence to be punished because of mistaken identity. कि उसकी वजह से वो नहीं चाहता किसी innocent को punishment मिल जाए. That's why he revealed his name. Why did Champmathieu say all men met? The outcome of the trial left Champmathieu shocked, as he thought that everyone mistook him for the thief and were going to convict him if not the real thief had revealed the truth and thus said that all men were mad. यानी Champmathieu बड़ा confused हो गया था, shocked हो गया था ये सारी situation को देखकर कि मैं एक innocent person हूँ और मुझे एक convict बनाया जा रहा है. That's why after the solving the case, he said that all men were mad और सारे के सारे लोग यहाँ पर बेवकूफ है. Question number next is reference to the context. First is he opened a secret door in the closet was an old pair of trousers, a haversack, and a great thorn stick, iron bound at both ends. Who opened a secret door? Yes, Monza Madeline opened that secret door. What did he find in the closet? Inside, he found an old pair of trousers, a haversack, and a great thorn stick with iron bound at both ends. Okay, what did he do with what he found in the closet? उसने क्या किया जो चीजें उसे मिली थी क्लोजेट में, लाइक ट्राउजर, हैवरसैक और स्टिक, उससे उसका उन्होंने क्या किया? he decided to burn the thing he found in the closet. जो कि उसे मिला था, उसने क्या डिसाइड किया कि इन सबको जला दिया जाए. Question number 2 is I found a broken branch on the ground with the apples on it and I picked it up not knowing what trouble it would give me. Who is the speaker of these lines? Yes, Shem Matthew is the speaker of these lines. What was he accused of? He was accused of breaking into an enclosure and stealing apples. यानी उसे गलती से किस कारण पकड़ा गया था या उसे पकड़ा गया था कि उसने एप्पल्स चुराए हैं कहीं से. Did he actually commit the crime? He had not actually committed any crime and was mistaken by several eyewitness as the thief. यानी उसने कोई commit नहीं किया था कि मैंने ही crime किया क्योंकि उसने किया ही नहीं था. And it was only a mistake by the several eyewitness. उसको eyewitness ने क्या समझा कि ये as a thief से मान लिया था. Question number 3. Yes, Your Honor, I was the first to recognize him. Who said this and about whom? The former ally of Jane Virgin, ally is the name of the city, Brevet, said this about Chapman. Okay, what was this statement true? The statement was false as the identity of Chapman was mistaken. Yes, this statement was false because Shem Matthew was not that real person. Okay, the man arrested was not Jan Wilson, as everyone thought that Shem Matthew क्या है जैन विल्जन है, जबकि वो जैन विल्जन नहीं था और उसी को अरेस्ट कर लिया क्या समझकर? जैन विल्जन समझ के. Okay, so here we have completed question answers, reference to context along with word meanings. I hope these all things are clear to you all. In our next video, we'll be continuing with book exercise. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourself. Bye bye, everyone.